Number one, what area of leadership development do you need the most growth in? The area of leadership development where I need the most growth is encouragement. As a leader, I need to do better at encouragement. I need to improve on encouraging others to do what they should do rather than telling them what to do. The biggest example I can think of is volunteering as a partner for Unified Flag Football. When working with people with disabilities, I very quickly found that providing positive encouragement rather than telling them what to do works so much better. For example, if one of the Unified athletes struggled at practice and was upset, I found that encouraging them to keep their head up or to keep trying worked much better and had a more noticeable impact than telling them to not get upset or calm down. I believe that leaders should try to be encouraging. Obviously, there are times and places for being more demanding and more strict as a leader, but whenever possible, I believe encouragement is best. Number two, what have you done in the last year that most clearly demonstrates your leadership ability? Last summer, I was a senior counselor at a church camp. I was responsible for 14 campers for 1 week and then 10 the next half week. I had been a junior counselor the previous 2 years. As a senior counselor, I really experienced the added pressure and responsibility to be the best leader I could for these kids. Everything was different. Adoration, mass, and the talks all felt different because I could feel that they were not meant for me, but for the kids. It was the first time that volunteering at church camp really felt like a sacrifice because it wasn't just all fun and games. It was hard because I had a major responsibility this time. I was the main leader of my campers. This year at church camp gave me the opportunity to reach a new level as a leader, as I wrestled with being a leader when it's hard, when you're stressed, and when you feel overwhelmed. It gave me my first opportunity to experience having to fake it till you make it, because my campers needed their senior counselor to push through the exhaustion and do his job with energy and enthusiasm, and that's what I did. Number three, if you were to choose a leader from a film or a book, who would you want to emulate as a leader? Who would it be and why? I've been inspired by Chris Gardner from The Pursuit of Happiness. He shows many great qualities of a leader, with the most important one being love in the form of selflessness. Throughout the movie, there are multiple scenes where Gardner puts his son before himself. I think one of the more impactful scenes in the movie demonstrates this well. In the scene, Chris and his son are in the subway, and Chris pretends that the scanner is a time machine to calm his son's fear. Later, when the son falls asleep in the restroom, we see Chris cry, and that is when his selflessness is shown. He easily could have acted on his sorrow and stress, but he didn't. He decided to put his son's needs before his own and brought him happiness so that he'd be able to sleep. Leaders are called to put the needs of those they are leading before their own, and this can be very hard to do. Chris Gardner does this throughout the movie, whether it's easy to or not. He does this through overcoming incredible odds and persevering to the end so that he can provide a home for his son.